Joe Zikas from New Home Notebook in YoChicago, and I'm here with Michael Sato on my left and Chris Fuhrer on my right, and they are the new owners of Jameson Real Estate. The nicest thing I've heard anybody say about the real estate market lately is that it's challenging. Other people have said it's a complete disaster. What kind of changes are you seeing?
Well, it's been pretty dramatic. There's no question about that. There's been 17,000 total transactions in the Chicagoland area this year. There's 17,000 total agents in the Chicagoland area. Not to say there's one for one, but that's a pretty staggering number. So 08 has been tough as far as the amount of transactions. You need to make sure.
Chicagoland area, what does that include?
Chicagoland area would be Chicago proper, so
Chicago
not
proper.
any of the suburbs, but Chicago proper is 17,000 total sales, equating to $6.8 billion in total inventory. So it's significantly less. I don't know the exact number, but it's significantly less than 07. Which means if you are a property owner and you are trying to sell a particular property, it is much, much more difficult. And a lot of the traditional forms of advertising have seemed to fall by the wayside. Technology seems to be king, although we found that there's a lot of holes in technology.
We work with newspapers around the country and their real estate revenues are down.
They're absolutely down.
At best, 60%.
Well, if you look at the Tribune, last year was a phone book, this year it's a leaflet. You know, it's just a little...
Eight sections to one.
Exactly.
In the city.
Things are changing. People aren't spending as much money, which in my opinion is almost the opposite of what you have to do. In a bad market, you got to spend a little more money. In a good market, you frankly don't have to spend as much money.
Should people be spending it on newsprint, or should they be focusing more on...
You know, it's a good question. The only way that we know what works and doesn't work is we track everything. And we get to the bottom of every question. When an agent's at an open house and they have 5 people walk in, typically 5 out of 5 will say, I just saw your sign. Well, I don't think any of us really think that they just saw the sign because of buyers, not somebody that's just arbitrarily walking down the block on a Sunday afternoon. You were out looking for open houses. You saw it on a paper. You talked to your agent. You looked online. You did whatever. So our agents are specifically trained to get to the root of the source, where they really came from. We do find that the newspaper is still effective, done in the right way, with the right message, with the right pictures, the right size. There's certainly something to be said for you were competing against 1,000 other listings, now you're competing against 12 in a newspaper. Less competition hopefully gets you more appeal and more market percentage. So there's certainly, if you rely on just one avenue, that's where you're going to get stuck. And that's what we found some people doing. They were relying on a few key things, and that just wasn't enough to penetrate the market. We go as far as flying planes with banners. You know, we've done things that they sound a little out of the box, but that's exactly what you need. Some of these things are
no 8-foot gorillas going down Michigan Avenue yet? Or?
We haven't done that, but we did have an elf standing on a corner. I mean, there's been things that they have worked.
What did you say?
We had an elf standing on a corner to flag people in. You know, the plane scenario, it sounds a little antiquated. It sounds like something old, but if you look at the major brands out there, I was on North Avenue Beach 3 weeks ago when it was still a little warm. Geico's flying around with a big banner on a plane during the volleyball tournament on North Avenue. It's great marketing. You know, it's something that you hear the plane, you look up, you see the message. That's really, we try to break it down to those types of things. We analyze the buyer, we want to know where they're at, and we use different techniques to hit them. Cost effective, but different.
Yeah, we have a very diverse marketing campaign. It includes radio, we have media print, we have a lot of online, you know, now web optimization is the big thing because so many people start online before they then make a purchase.
Is there anybody who's not starting online?
No, you're starting online. That's just all there is to it.
But we do find that a lot of people are starting online and then they usually hook up with some type of a realtor or their friend or somebody who helps them then through the process. But you'll see anything from human directional, some guerrilla marketing that we do, mailers, you know, postcards, we still do those. Just a number of things to get out. We do a lot of events. We find that that's a way to get in front of a lot of people. And sometimes it doesn't even have a real estate type specification to it. You know, it's just getting people together and just having some fun and just talking about some things, because real estate sometimes all you do is you hear about the doom and gloom, and you want to do something that is a little bit different than that, that's a little more upbeat.
Well, for instance, on October 23rd, in 2 or 3 weeks, we're hosting something called the Crystal Ball. Last year we did it. This is the second annual Crystal Ball. Last year there was 850 people attended. This year we expect close to 1,200. It's at the Peggy Noterbart Nature Museum. And a lot of people say, what is this Crystal Ball? Last year we did it more of a feel-good party. The market just started getting beat up a little bit. Everybody just had doom and gloom picture in their eyes. And we want to do something to get all the agents and the industry people together to celebrate what we had accomplished. I mean, we all had great years. We really wanted to have a celebration and to show people that there was certainly success in their future. I don't know when or exactly when that was going to happen, but there's certainly real estate does breed success, even in a down market. We found that there's a lot of opportunities. But the Crystal Ball, what we've turned it into is a charitable event. We're giving, the goal is to raise enough money to give a home away through Habitat for Humanity. 101.9 The Mix, a huge radio station, is going to promote it on a radio station. So this is just one of those events that we host, and we have our projects there, we have our developers there, we have our staff there, we have all our agents there, and it is a chance for people to see the product. And it does resonate. If you do it in a way that shows the project in the best light and tells people what they want to hear as far as what is the price, what's the delivery date, they're going to walk away with something. So it's good advertising, it's a good feel-good event, but we try to go as far outside of the box with something effective as we can, and it's proven to be extremely successful. We always strive to do something new.
And of course, there's food and cocktails.
That's
That's a
And good giveaways. Last year we gave a trip to Hawaii. This year we have a lot more good prizes. So it's always a great event. People talk about it for months. Actually, they're still talking about it. So
free food is a great way to attract real
Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it.